Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone. All of those with your videos on and your videos off, both. Yeah. I have a good connection here today, so I don't think it'll be a problem if you turn your video on. But we're mostly going to be looking within, so there's not much need to have your video on either, if you don't feel like it. We're not spending an hour looking at each other much, are we? Just a little bit. And then when we look, you'll mostly be looking down. I don't know. I know I'm mostly looking down here, not looking at you much. Okay, so let's do this Tara practice again. I hope you should notice, many of you I know are coming every day, which is really good. I'm very happy to see, very grateful. So I hope you notice that, this Tara practice we're doing, it's quite typical. It's a very simple sadhana, which means a sadhana is like a meditation manual kind of, that's usually related to a deity practice. So this one related to green Tara. Yeah, it's a nice simple one, but most sadhanas, they consist of refuge, bodhicitta, motivation, going for refuge, then doing some preliminary visualization, and then usually going for refuge again, like we do here, and then visualizing the main deity, which in this case is Tara, and then doing the 7-limb practice, 7-limb prayer, which is just a very short one here, where we make homage and prostrations, make offerings, confess negative actions we've created, rejoice in the merit of ourselves and others, request the Guru or the Buddhas to teach the Dharma, and then request them to remain in samsara, and then dedicate at the end. Well, usually, I think here, I forgot, but there's probably a short dedication at the end of the 7 limbs. And then we do the actual mantra recitation together with some visualization, and then do a more extensive dedication at the end. So each of those steps is kind of a little meditation in and of itself, right? So when we do a sadhana, what we're doing is kind of combining many small meditations. We're just spending a little time on each, meditate on bodhicitta and motivation, meditate on refuge, then generate, the merit field of that deity, then meditate on each of the 7 limbs, and then dedicate at the end. So each of the steps is like a small meditation, but the two things that we want to, well, 2 or 3 things, but we'll just say 2, because His Holiness Dalai Lama is mentioning every time he teaches for the last probably 2 decades at least. The 2 things that we need to keep in mind all the time, from the beginning of the sadhana or the beginning of the session all the way till the end, to the best of our ability, is the motivation of bodhicitta, compelled by great compassion, recognizing the suffering of ourselves and others, and wishing to be free from that, and then seeing that the best way to do that is to ourselves become enlightened, so that we can benefit others more, help them. So we want to, from the very beginning of the session till the end, we want to continually have the attitude of bodhicitta as much as we can. And then also the wisdom realizing emptiness and dependent arising, right? So every step of the way, we want to remember as much as we can how ourself, the action that we're engaged in, the object of our action, whether it be the refuge field or sentient beings we're trying to benefit, all of those things are interdependently arising phenomena. None of them exist in isolation from the other. Like, why are we a sentient being? Because there are Buddhas. So independence on Buddha, we're a sentient being. Or because independence upon having a mind, we're called sentient beings. And then we exist in dependence upon others. Others, they need us also. Others exist in different ways. Think about, your family, your friends. They exist in different ways upon you. We exist in dependence upon the external world, upon the air, the water, the land and food and other animals. So everything that exists is a dependent arising. So we also, and therefore empty of existing from its own side, which means in isolation from other things. Nothing exists in total isolation, totally separate from, independent from other things. So we wanted, so therefore everything is empty of inherent existence or empty of existing from its own side. So we want to also try to keep that that mindfulness through the whole practice. Okay, so that's my little spiel for today. Yeah, so just try to keep that in mind. So now we'll just do the practice, right? So first of all, yeah, get comfortable wherever you're sitting. Get comfortable in your meditation posture. But you can sit still more or less for the next hour. So check your posture, scan through your body, see that you're relaxed and balanced. And then gradually, let go of thoughts about the future, thoughts about the past, thoughts about other things that are not connected to what we're doing here in the session, and focus your attention within on an object of meditation, and practice some placement meditation for about 1 minute. Just try to focus your attention on one thing without thinking about or analyzing that, and then try to keep your attention from wandering off to other objects. And when you see it wanders, just let go of those other objects and bring it back to the object of your meditation. So try to focus your attention for 1 minute. And then visualize, as we have before, visualize all sentient beings seated around you, beginning with your family and friends. Visualize all the female ones to your left, beginning with your mother of this life, and then all the male family and friends to your right, beginning with your father of this life. And then visualize those whom you're most prone to not care about, to become angry with, directly in front of you, facing towards you. And then visualize all the other sentient beings who don't fall in the class of friend or antagonist, seated all around you. And then remember how oneself has a wish to be free from misery, free from problems and suffering, be it the suffering of change, which are fundamentally unsatisfying, pleasant experiences, and then also pervasive compounding suffering, the state of being under the control of afflictive emotions and karma. So how oneself wishes to be free from these, and then also how other sentient beings suffer, just like ourselves, whether they're dear to us or whether they're totally unknown to us. They have the same problems we have and the same aspiration to be free from suffering and the same potential to have everlasting happiness of full enlightenment. So try to generate compassion, loving kindness, and then arising from those bodhicitta, the aspiration that May I become fully enlightened, having abandoned all faults and perfected every positive quality in order to be of the greatest possible benefit to other sentient beings. So generate a positive motivation for this practice, this Tara practice today. Okay, so now we'll begin sadhana. Okay, I think we'll read through this entire advanced meditation on the graduate path first. I take refuge, and we'll read the first verse 3 times as a way of taking refuge. I take refuge in. Oh, speak a little louder. Okay, thank you, Shanti. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and the Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. Please, Guru Buddhas, bestow on me the ability to unify my mind with the Dharma, and be successful in practicing Dharma in order to achieve the graduated path. May no hindrances occur while achieving this path. Please bless me to realize that I have received a perfect human rebirth, which is highly meaningful for many reasons, difficult to obtain, but perishable, transient, and fragile, decaying in the shortest moment because of its changeable nature. Thus, my death is definite, but its actual time is most indefinite. And after death, I am far more likely to be reborn in the lower suffering realms, having created infinitely more negative than positive karma in this life and all previous lives. Please bless me to comprehend how incredibly unendurable is the suffering of the lower realms, that I might take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha with all my heart and realize the evolution of karma and all its profundity, that I might perform only virtuous actions and abandon all negative creations. By practicing in this way, I will be reborn in the upper realms, but will still have to experience unlimited samsaric suffering because of uncontrolled delusion and karma. Please bless me to realize fully the evolution of samsara from uncontrolled rebirth to death to rebirth, and to follow day and night the 3 higher realms, the 3 higher trainings of the path: higher conduct, higher concentration, and higher wisdom, which are the main methods to release me from samsara. But as each sentient being has been my mother, and as most of them are in extreme suffering, please bless me to bring success to all by renouncing the perfect happiness of self and practicing the Bodhisattva's deeds of the 6 perfections, with the Bodhisattva's mind of exchanging self with others on the basis of the equanimity meditation. Thus shall I have no sorrow in experiencing the samsaric suffering of all other sentient beings for no matter how long, having trained my mind in the general path. Please bless me to follow quickly the Vajrayana teachings by feeling sentient beings suffering very unimaginable, unbearable for even the shortest moment as my own, and to achieve the attainment of Shakyamuni Buddha immediately at this very moment by keeping my ordinations and the instructions of the Guru with the best and highest care in life for the sole purpose of enlightening all sentient beings. So just reflect on the meaning of that Lama prayer for a moment. Okay, and we continue with the initial visualization of the Guru above our crown and then Aryatara at his heart or her heart. Yeah, so the main significance of this is that the Guru and Para, who's the Buddha of all the enlightened activity, are one essence. Above the crown of my head, I visualize a lotus and a moon disk. Upon these is the great treasury of compassion, Aryatara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness and appears as my kind root guru. My root guru is seated in the full lotus position within a transparent sphere of rainbow-colored light, has a pink complexion, and wears the saffron robe monks of a fully ordained monk or nun and a pandit's hat. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma and holds a vajra, and the stem, so his right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma and holds a vajra with the stem of a white lotus that blossoms beside his right ear. His left hand rests on his hip. It holds a bell and the stem of another white lotus that blossoms beside his left ear. At my guru's heart is Aryatara in female aspect, green in color, so very brilliant, like emerald, very deep, kind of brilliant green. Green in color and seated in the dancing posture within a sphere of rainbow light. Her left leg is bent up or tucked up, and her right leg is outstretched partially, halfway. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem. Is that the same mudra as the teaching the Dharma? Yeah, so it's a different mudra. So her left hand is at her heart and the mudra symbolizing the triple gem. I think it's like this, the ring finger and the thumb touching, like that. Symbolizing the triple gem and holding the stem of a blue Utpali flower. Her right hand extends over her right knee, the palm face up, in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. She is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments and scarves, and at her three places bears the syllables Om, Ah, Hum. At her heart is a lotus and moon seat, on which stands a radiant green syllable Tam, the seed syllable of Tara, which is here. Rays of green light radiate in all directions from the Tam and invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. They all absorb into Aryatara and become one. So let's visualize that for a moment. The Guru above the crown of our head in a sphere of rainbow-colored light. And at his heart is a lotus and moon disk upon which is Aryatara, also within a sphere of rainbow-colored light. And at the heart of Tara is what is it? Another lotus and moonseed. So at Tara's heart is another lotus and moonseed, upon which is the green letter Tam. From Tam, brilliant light rays radiate out throughout the entire universe, drawing forth all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. So emanations of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions rain down and absorb into the Guru and Tara and the letter Tam. I'm going to make a request from my heart. Please remain above my head until I receive enlightenment. So that means this life, next life, the life after that. From the time we're born to the time we, age and die. Each moment of each day, from life to life until we become enlightened, however long it takes. May you remain above the crown of my head or in my presence and guide me. And then we again go for refuge and generate bodhicitta motivation. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. And then we do the 7-limb prayer just briefly. With my body, speech, and mind, I devoutly prostrate. I offer all offerings, both real and imagined. So countless beautiful offerings. Imagine filling space and offer them to the Guru and Tara and to all the other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. All sins and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess. For all the negative, harmful actions we've done in this life and countless past lives. Bring them up to mind to generate regret, openly confess them without denying or concealing them. And then generate the power. So then the practice of, the rest of the practice, and reciting Tara's mantra especially, will be the power of purification. And then at the end, it's good to try to remember to generate the power of restraint, right? Where we think, or you can even generate now, where we think, in the future, I'll try not to do this action again. And then if you can, set a realistic kind of time frame in which you promise not to do these negative actions again. So then we confess and purify with the 4 opponent powers. And then we rejoice. I rejoice in all virtuous actions of holy and ordinary beings. So think of the virtuous actions of oneself and others. And rejoice. Think how wonderful it is. O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. And then we offer mandala, those are 2 verses of the offering. So imagine transforming the entire universe into a pure land and offering it. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offering. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. And then we make these requests I think there's 4 different requests, together with visualization of our body, speech, and mind, and subtle obscurations. So the first, please bless me to purify all obscurations or non-virtues and the causes of those of my body, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajrabadi. Make a request. And then imagine the Guru is very happy with the request, and then from his brow and the brow of Aryatara at his heart, white light emanates from the Om at Tara's brow and the Guru's brow as well. Right? So there's the one essence. And curves in an arc to enter my brow. My body is completely purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with the Guru Tara's holy Vajrabadi. This white light enters your brow, completely fills your entire body as well as those of all of the sentient beings, purifying obscurations of body, blessing you to develop all positive qualities of body, health and strength, flexibility, stamina, and so forth. It becomes one with Aryatara's holy body, filled with bliss. And remember, bodhicitta and emptiness. And then the next request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. So the Guru responds to our request by red light emanates from the letter A, at Aryatara's throat, or the Guru's throat, and curves in an arc to enter my throat. My speech is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. And then the next request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. Blue light emanates from the Hum at Aryatara's heart and curves in an arc to enter my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. So here especially remember bodhicitta and emptiness, the essence of Aryatara's holy Vajra mind. And then the fourth request. Please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience, so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru Tara's holy body, speech, and mind. And then visualize, so now the three colored beams emanate simultaneously from the Om, and Hum syllables, curving in an arc and entering my three places, completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. So by the power of that, then we dissolve, we're completely purified, as well as all sentient beings, and we all dissolve into emptiness. So think my root Guru dissolves into Aryatara, who melts into brilliant green light, which flows into me and also other sentient beings. Instantly, my wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent or existing from their own side, or inherently existent or not dependent arisings. So this wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent, together with my dualistic mind and its views, its wrong views, disappear, becoming completely empty. Not even a trace of them remains. I concentrate single-pointedly in this empty state with the wisdom that is indistinguishably one with Guru Tara's blissful omniscient mind. So think of His Holiness Dalai Lama or Lama Zopa Rinpoche's perfect realization of emptiness. And imagine your mind becomes exactly like that. You realize emptiness of all phenomena. You and all phenomena dissolve into emptiness. So whatever understanding of emptiness you have. If you don't have any understanding of emptiness, you can just think they all dissolve into space. Just like a mirage or like an illusion or like a dream. Dissolve into empty space. So try to, whatever understanding of emptiness you have, try to maintain that quite strongly for the rest of the session. So then think this, and so this mind of wisdom mind, realizing emptiness or selflessness, then is perfectly unified with compassion, great compassion and bodhicitta. The intention to benefit all sentient beings. And then, so again, if you have initiation into Tara, you can arise. Think your own mind arises in the aspect of Tara, and you become Tara. If you don't have initiation into Tara, then just imagine then above the crown of your head or in space in front of you, then Tara arises. So then out of emptiness, out of that emptiness, my mind, my wisdom mind manifestly, then out of that emptiness, my wisdom manifests instantly as Aryatara's holy body, seated upon a lotus and moon cushion. At my heart is another lotus and moon, upon which in the center stands the syllable tam, surrounded in a clockwise direction by the syllables of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. The tam and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally unified. So visualize that strongly. Okay, so at this point, actually, we'll recite the praises to the 21 Taras. So here, yeah, it's good. If you can, visualize in front of you the green Tara and your Guru in the aspect of green Tara, surrounded by the other 20 Taras. And as we recite the praises to the 21 Taras, then there's one verse of praise to each of the 21. So as we recite that verse, imagine an emanation of that Tara absorbs into you, right? You are Tara, if you have initiation. Or even if you don't have initiation, just visualize yourself in your ordinary form, and that Tara absorbs into you, blesses you. If you have initiation, visualize yourself as Tara, imagine same thing. Okay. From the sublime abode at the Patala, O Tara born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas of the three times. Tara, please come with your attendants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara, you who rescue from all who are destitute. You who rescue all who are destitute. To you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. Om, I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Tara, Sutero, eyes like lightning, instantaneous. Smartphone opening stamens of Lord of Fables, Scribble Lord. Homage, use face compounds, 100 autos at fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent, as 1,000 start collection. Homage, blue, gold and blue one load, water born and henna adorned, giving effort, calm austerities, patience, meditation, mercy, homage, crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection, homage filling with tutare, wonders like direction and space, trembling with their feet the seven worlds, able to draw forth all beings, homage worshipped by all lords, Shakara Agni Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, corpses, Gandharvas, Yakshas, homage with their trident paths, destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing right, left out right, blazing in a raging fire, but homage to the very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champions. She with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at the heart of fingers, adorned with Vidru mood. Lyra masses all excited, all directions wheels adorned. Homage, she's so joyous, radiant, crowned emitting garlands of light. Mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's deva. Homage, she able to summon all her guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with grass and mood all ornaments most shining. Amitabha in her hair not sending out much light eternal. Homage she made wreath ablaze like eon and in fire abiding. By sheer lip and joy surrounds you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats, scaling with the letter home. Now 7 levels she does conquer. Homage happy, joy, virtuous, peaceful. She whose field is peace nirvana. Endowed with Om and Swaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage she would just surround you, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Priest with home and knowledge mantra, our regiment of the 10 letters. Homage to the witty letter of the shape of syllable. 5 foot stamping shakes the 3 worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vinya. Homage holding in her hand the hair-marked moon of Deva lake form, with twice spoken Tare and totally dispelling poison. Homage she whom gods and their kings and the Kinaras do honor. Armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage she whose 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. With twice hearty and tutari, she dispels severe contagion. Homage full of liberating, powered by the set free nature, destroys hosts of spirits, yakshas, and raise corpses supreme Tutor. These praises with the root mantra and prostrations thus are 21. So then we'll recite Tara's mantra with the different 3 different visualizations here. So again, visualize strongly yourself or in front, Tara, with at her heart is a lotus and moon disc, upon which is a letter Tam, surrounded by here it says in a clockwise direction. Yeah, we'll follow that. So the letters of the mantra stand upright around the edge of the moon disc. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. And radiate brilliant lights in all directions. Rainbow colored light. So visualize very clearly Tara at her heart, lotus and moon disc. Seed syllable Tam surrounded by the letters of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha standing upright. So then visualize green light. Green light radiates from all the letters. So not rainbow colored light. Green light radiates from all the letters, spreading in every direction. It purifies the negative karma, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara. So first it's a purification visualization. So we'll recite 2 mantras, 2 malas of the Tara mantra with this purification visualization. Purifying, all sentient beings and the environment. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Then the next visualization is making offerings. Again, light radiates, bearing manifold offerings to the six transcendental senses of all the Buddhas and sentient beings who have become Tara. So visualize all the Buddhas and all sentient beings and all holy beings in the aspect of Tara. And then as you recite the mantra, imagine light rays radiating out from the mantra, garland at your heart, and make manifold offerings to all of them. Untitled Chapter. And then the final visualization. The enlightened beings are extremely pleased and shower down the superlative qualities of Buddha Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind, omniscient wisdom, supreme power, and infinite compassion, and so forth, in the form of a great shower of light rays. As I recite the mantra, I absorb and am blessed by this rain of light rays. Om Tane Tutane Tutane Swaha, Om Tane Tutane, Om Tane Tutane. Untitled Chapter. And I dedicate. And quickly become Guru Aryatara and lead each and every sentient being into her enlightened state because of these merits, or by the force of these merits. What it means. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that is not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. And then we'll recite the King of Prayers. There we go. King of Prayers, the extraordinary aspiration of the practice of Samantabhadra. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri, who lions amongst humans, gone to freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions. To all of you with body, speech, and mind, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a deep sense of respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms. Each amidst a host of Bodhisattvas, and I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you, and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas, and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones. A fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done, with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, confusion. All these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers, hearers still training, and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who have attained the Buddha's omniscience to the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request, you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons, numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, all you gone to freedom in the past, accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives and all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas, and perfecting the practice of a Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, in every language of spirits and nagas, and of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form and being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, and just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the lower realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of the Bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the Bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by Bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come. May I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a Bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas, and among Bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of the 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus, I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the very tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma of all Buddhas in 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see those awakened beings, past, present, and future lines amongst humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at the root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the Bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of Dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspirations. May I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this Bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I shall completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this Bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding and immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless are living beings, thus limitless are karma and affliction. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. To those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the five boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family attributes, and appearance. They will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the three worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of Bodhisattva practice, in order to train just like the hero Manjushri who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well, I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised as greatest by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in 3 times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception, for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful, superlative lotus, in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions, with 1,000,000,000 emanations by the power of wisdom, through even this small virtue I've accumulated, by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice. May all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential, by dedicating this prayer of Samantabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wonders in samsara, through the accomplishment of this scripture dazzling with Samantabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. And then the dedications that people submitted, which I don't see open. 1 minute. Oops, I didn't open it. 1 minute. Now. 17th. And in the meantime, you can bring to mind whatever dedications you'd like us to make for you, any special dedications, prayers. Oops. So may all of your special intentions be fulfilled in accordance with your virtuous wishes. So for the long and stable lives of all of our spiritual teachers, especially as host the Dalai Lama, Khyentse Lama Rinpoche, Ganachur Rinpoche, Losam Tenzin, Sargon Central Rinpoche, Ken Rinpoche, Geshe Chuni, and Council Rinpoche, and also for the long and healthy lives of our Dharma teachers, for Geshe Sherab, Geshe Tenzin Dorje, Geshe Dorje Damdro, Venerable Sunyi Khandro, Venerable Olivia Rossi, Venerable Tenzin Namdo, Venerable Rubina Korten, Tenzin Gaje, Tupten Khandro, and so forth. Quick enlightenment. And for the quick enlightenment of all root institutes, kind benefactors, and all benefactors of Dharma everywhere. And then for those with health issues, I guess that means who are sick in some way. Nishat Ahmed Chunu, owner of the general store in Bodh he's on a respirator. So especially that Chunu may quickly recover. And then for Natalie, recovering from jaw surgery due to cancer. And then for Beverly Bird, Isabel Tate, Mary Barnes, Betty Kelly, Sukendu Sheet, Indrajit Kaur, Venerable Kunsang, Ravi Shankar, Boris Raj, Harani, Shasi Agarwal, Sulochana Badam, Debashish Pandit, Arnit Chakraborty, and all the others that we've read before. And then for those who've recently passed away, especially Halam, Niti Tolia, Elaine Sengalman, Shanbag, Gopi Razdan, and then Subha Hussain, Atul Badwa, Meenakshi Pal, Alok Kumar, Chariwala, Rajashekar, and all the others who've recently passed away. Humans, due to COVID or other reasons, animals, and all the beings who passed away from other realms, infinite sentient beings who are passing through the bardo. May they quickly take a precious human rebirth, or rebirth in a pure land, and meet the best possible conditions for them to quickly progress on the path towards full enlightenment. All the beings who've taken rebirth in lower realms, may their karma to exist there quickly immediately become completely exhausted, and may their karma to take rebirth and a precious human rebirth in a pure land ripened, and may they meet the conditions to generate renunciation, bodhicitta, wisdom realizing emptiness. And then for the Dharma projects, especially for Root Institute, the host of this session, and then all the other Buddhist centers in the world who act in accordance with the Holiness Dalai Lama's advice, or in accordance with the pure Dharma, Buddha Dharma, or others. May they have all the conditions to flourish and bring infinite benefit to sentient beings, especially Root Institute and the Shakyamuni Buddha Clinic, and the Maitreya School, and then Maitri Project, and the Maitreya Project, and all the projects. May they have all the conditions to fulfill all the wishes of Lama Zopa Rinpoche and His Holiness Dalai Lama, other teachers. Especially when they have volunteers, financial support, so forth and so on. Especially all of that. And then may the Dharma flourish in every direction, and in short, may all sentient beings be free from every form of suffering and have every form of well-being and happiness to full enlightenment.
One more person is ill with COVID, Sabuhi.
Okay, for Sabuhi to quickly recover from COVID. Okay. So that's all for the Taurus session tonight. Thank you, everyone. Once again.